Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This is the second time this season that these NFC rivals will square off, and it promises to be a good one. It always is when these two divisional foes get together, especially the second time around when there's a score to settle from game one. It's the Seahawks going up against the 49ers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. Taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. The gun. They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now it's Lockett. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
First carry for Thomas Rawls. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The 3rd Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they...
Doug Baldwin. He finds his man, Baldwin. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Offense lining up 1st and 10.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Set. Green, 39.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground right at the line of scrimmage. A little educational piece. I know a lot of people hear 3-4, 4-3, etc. Take us through the 4-3, Charles.
Okay, 4-3. 4 down defensive linemen, usually 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends. Behind them, the 3. Those are the linebackers. The middle linebacker, often known as the Mike, with 2 outside linebackers, the Sam and the Will. There's your 4-3.
Sam on the strong side, Will on the weak side. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Sheldon Richardson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Sheldon Richardson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. On 2nd down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chasing.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Now it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A very solid gain of 27.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, putting it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
On second down, Rawls. And he's brought down. Fresh set of downs here. Shift together here from the D-line. On first down, Wilson muscles him off. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got one touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've hit the end of quarter one. 7-3 the score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. From the shotgun, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed, and more importantly, perhaps, that first-round bye.
But they have to clinch it, don't they?
Yeah.
That's the key, right? So, in a sense, the playoffs have started. They've got to go ahead and get this thing done. Otherwise, it's a different road, and you really don't want to be at the mercy of other teams and their results. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On play action, they'll throw. This is caught by Jackson. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He lets it fly for Lockett. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 3rd down, Wilson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go. Green.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll set up to throw. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Oh, thank you.
Here we go. Blue 90.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
Now let's go. Green.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deeper. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That goes for a gain of 31. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way. Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because...
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now Wilson on first down. Drops it underneath for Rawls. And I think the ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Shifts by at the 15. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. great ones, some of the best. They're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Jets are out to the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He only has a single solo carry, one. Numero uno, second quarter. They need to get in the ball more, don't they?
I'm not the greatest statistician in the world.
Yeah, you are.
But a back like that with only one carry kind of takes me back to college in the classroom. Not enough evidence to declare what you should do the rest of the game. Give him the ball some more and find out.
Will they incorporate him? We'll find out. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you across the country to Orlando. Standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
All right, Brandon, we'll see if I can get through this without being skipped as we welcome you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The 49ers are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Seahawks will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Seahawks with the ball, end of the first. Lockett's found on the quick pass, and he ends up at their own 41-yard line before he's stopped on the play. Sticking with the same drive, Lockett's found on the quick pass, and he'll go in for the score. Seahawks go up by 11. Late in the second, Rawls is going to cough up the football here. 49ers would pick it up and score. 49ers trail now by 4. And with that, we'll wrap up our halftime report and head back out now to Levi's Stadium for the start of the second half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
On third down, Wilson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far. Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at about the 14. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's been pretty good when he's had time. The issue is, as we see here, a lot of times he hasn't had the time. And a lot of that in getting past it is attitude. How's he projecting? Is he showing that the other team is getting to him? Is he showing his guys up front that he's upset, that he's angry? Or is he still encouraging? Because those guys, they've got to find a way to pick it up. And it always happens a little bit better if in fact the quarterback's on their side. So far, 5 sacks against him. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now past another. Still shedding tackles. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Here we go. Green.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Set. Blue 90. Hot. Blue 90.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it. The Niners on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
Watching that, Barney. Let's go. Hot. Green 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Now he'll let it go deep. Oh, he's got a man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 47 yards. I know at this level, initially, they were worried about him being only 5'11", pocket presence. Plays like that, they just remind you he does it so well at every level.
North Carolina State, a little bit more of the spread stuff. At Wisconsin, pro style out of the pocket. And the biggest throws he makes in the NFL still come from the pocket. Russell Wilson can...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
On second down, here's Wilson. Throwing left side, it's complete. 23 yards on the play. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So now it's 1st and goal. And the D looking like they may blitz. On the ground, rolls. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Again, it's Rolls. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 4.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Great changeup there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll look to throw here. He sets to fire deep. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. The Niners on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 19.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Now look at 56. Look at 56.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he had the touchdown of the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
There goes Thomas Rawls. 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Thomas Rawls, 82 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding, offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
The Niners on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and a mile. They're going to look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Breaks through the contact. And down he'll go at the 25. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
The dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go. 3-19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Bobby Wagner. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And the offense inside the 5 here at the 4. It's 1st and goal. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They come out here in the I. They'll try to run with Rawls. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Wilson powering his way forward. And it'll be intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. He'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. Back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. No, check.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they're going to have this one up near the 30-yard line. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, 90.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll find his man on the comeback route, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's go. Blue, 90.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually, but first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Jaron Reed able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Here we go now.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Here we go now. Back it up, Philly.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
They'll roll him out right. Powers through. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jaron Reed able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Seahawks, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.